And like speaking of the minor league, it's an absolute grind. Like the bus rides, the food, the hotels. I love hearing the different stories of like just the unique places that you go to. And I always ask this, like, is there a city that you've traveled so far in the minors that you absolutely just look at yourself and think, where am I? Like I have no idea where I'm at. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I would. I think we played in. I think Beloit, Wisconsin, was definitely one of the places that I said that about. But that's also where like I got my swagger back at the same time.
Yeah,
So, like I think Beloit on multiple occasions has been voted like worst minor league ballpark of all time. Like
yeah,
of
they
all,
needed a new one and they got one, so that's
and I play. We were the first ones to play at the new one, so I know about that one too. That was sweet. But for me, I had a all right. I was doing all right to this point. Um, obviously, I know what my good standards are. So last
mhm.
year doesn't touch them. Right.
Yeah.
I just processed really well last year. And then yeah, so I was just about like heating up, and so we go to Beloit, and we're like, you're looking for technology, right? So we got like everywhere you play, like you take it for granted. There's a pitch clock. Every game you play, you take it for granted. There's a velo board.
Hmm.
There's animations on the scoreboard. There's whatever. There's a so you go to Beloit, Wisconsin, and you're back in 12.
Stone Ages.
You're back in 12U. You can't hear anything. I'm basically at a high school stadium. I'm playing against dudes. This is professional baseball. It's fast. It's violent. It's quick. Um, and then I just remember I was like, man, this is like I needed to be back here. I needed to. We had these tiny brick dugouts that were like they were ovens. They were mini ovens. I think they had like dead rats on like it was
Jeez.
bad. It
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. No, I've heard horror stories about Beloit. Like that's where like the floor is all dirty in the locker room. It's all nasty and
Yeah, yeah. My locker that week was in the bathroom. That week, I didn't have a locker. I was in the bathroom. I was like they have like the corridor before you get
yeah.
in, before you step into the open showers where everybody showers at. My locker was my duffel bag on the floor right there. So
Jeez.
but I think the beauty in those types of places is like if you're a true ball player,
Yeah.
you can get back into touch of what really matters. So
Yep.
like I
Yep.
really found like those days I was like I took the camera out and I was like, this is just crazy. So I vlogged when we were in Beloit. You can go check that video out. But I remember I was like, let me just go walk around. Like
Yeah.
this is a baseball tournament. That I can't go sit in the locker room and play on my phone and be on whatever. Or I can't enjoy myself in there. Certainly not. So it was like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit outside. I'm gonna go talk to some of the fans who are around. And like the cool part about places like that is they still had people who just truly love going and watching baseball. So
You were talking to the
yeah,
fans.
yeah. And so anytime I can be in an environment where I can talk to somebody who loves the game, period, it's a lot better than being in a horrible place.
Yeah.
And then so that was the first time I had hit 2 home runs in the same game in pro ball. And I was like, man, it was 4th of July. We were in a not where you want it. 4th of July, you envisioned yourself on like a sick pier
Yep.
with
Yep.
with fireworks.
Aesthetics of it and everything. Yeah.
That's not where we were, but like I managed to have like a pretty like a pivotal time in my life
Sure.
happened during the 4th of July in Beloit, Wisconsin, in a place where everybody was like, man, I don't even know how hard this guy's throwing. He could be throwing 98
Yeah.
or 88. We really couldn't tell, and the lights are low. So anytime somebody threw spin, like you really weren't sure what pitch it was. So like it actually gets dangerous at a certain point. Guys get hit up in the shoulder area because they
Yeah.
can't get out of the way in time. So,
Jeez.
but I was truly there where I was like, man, that's like I need to be in touch of more of how I would prepare to play in this sort of atmosphere. You know,
It's like a reset almost. Just kind of like bring it back to your roots, your baseball
Ex-
roots.
exactly. And that's corny and can be like overused from time to time, but
Yeah.
that's very profound. Like going anywhere where you are comfortable is always a good start. Like whether you've been taking steps backwards, if you still stand somewhere where it's comfortable, at least you know where forward is. If you know
Yep.
where forward is, you can make moves. But and
That's
that's
cool.
exactly the reset. That's a great way of putting it.